Guess what, guys? You made it to the one, the only live trading with Benzinga. Guess what? No orange juice. We're doing a little apple today, but the pinky's up, ready to make some money. Let's go ahead and bring on my guys, Ryan Faloona. And we got, of course, the Yolo player, Zunaid in the house. And of course, the one, the only, the host with the most, Spencer Israel.
Hello.
Spencer.
Did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me? You saw me 2 minutes ago on our last show. So
it's like 60 seconds too long, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Such a hard worker, all over the place.
Great job on the crypto conference, by the way.
Hey,
thank you, sir.
And crypto stocks have been hot since then.
My favorite part of the crypto conference, some behind the scenes action, is there was a moment on the second day, Wednesday, when we thought somebody was not going to show up, and we were going to have 40 minutes to fill. And I frantically messaged the entire company, and I said, if anyone who works at this company owns any cryptocurrencies and you want to come on the conference right now and talk about why you own what you own, respond to me right now. And Ryan Faloona was among the people that was like, I will do it. I volunteer as tribute. We ended up not needing him. It worked out. The guy showed up from his car. But thank you, Ryan Faloona, for volunteering to step in when we thought we were going to have to fill 40 minutes in the middle of the day.
For the viewers,
40 minutes, we can do that with our arm tied behind our back. We got you, my man.
For the viewers at home, Spencer had asked this, and of course, we're a helpful company. Everyone responds. No one gets put on the show, and Spencer's like, "Nah, we don't need you. Don't worry about it." That's how the Slack channel went. And Spencer, I hear you, dude. When we had, back at the hotel again during the playoffs, we had a brownout in Dallas, and we had to fill an hour and a half.
Oh no!
With just interviews and clips, dude. I was dying.
Dude, it's hard, man.
It's tough, because you're doing it live, right? You gotta be flexible.
It's scary. It's scary. So, all right. Anyway, it's 9:16. We got 14 minutes till the open. Anybody want to start with what's on their watch list today? And
before we get to the watch list, this is start up the show, right? Welcome to it, guys.
How about the intro? I'm sorry.
Live trading, winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
What's going on, traders? Welcome back. Gets Ryan every time.
No, it does get me every time. But literally, while that was taking place, my cat, who decided to jump up on my desk, took my Litecoin Bitcoin and then tried to run away with it.
You see that? They'll come get you, the hackers.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm ready.
What's going on, team? How we doing out there? Looks like someone enjoying that. Laugh out loud. Never seen that before. Hey, there you go. Welcome to the show. All right, let's go ahead. Smash the like. You guys hit the share. Let everybody know we're trading live. And what do you guys got out there? What are you looking at?
Well, I'm looking at my the goal for the day is set a stop loss in a firm. That's I have one job today. Set a stop loss before the close in a firm. Figure out where I'll probably do it live on this show. Figure out where exactly, but in a firm yesterday from like the high $98 area. So watching that like a hawk today.
I'm with you, pal. I'm with you. Break that 100. Let some options come in like they did in the 90s, low 90s. Let's go. By the way, I'm glad you said that. And I apologize for interrupting. By the way, love that shirt. I need you to mail me 10 of those. Affirm reports earnings next week as well. So if you're going to buy options, sure, have a little fun with YOLO. But if you want, go out maybe a week or two or so and play the run-up possibly for earnings next week. I had to bring that up because that was on my list and you mentioned it. And
the earnings run-up is a very, very, very common theme.
Absolutely.
Hey, Zunaid, while you're at it, can you look up for us the expected move for a firm next week?
Sure. Let me go ahead and do that.
Just to give me some idea of.
So are you talking about the expected move via the options?
Yeah, options. That's what you're
Yeah.
talking
You
about.
guys know how to do that? Should we do that little lesson right here?
Oh, that's a better idea, right?
Okay. So whenever you want to figure out what an implied move for options is, you want to take the at the money put and the at the money call. You want to add them together and multiply it by 80, 0.80, right? So let's do this here real quick. We've got a firm.
Why 0.80? Just to understand the why.
Say again.
Why 0.80? Just so we can understand the why.
That's just the math equation. I mean, I didn't
okay.
derive the math.
Yeah, I was
equation.
gonna say.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I know that.
Yeah, that's why I asked too. I was like, oh wait, I just did like, oh cool, it's a 3% move. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. All right, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
Well, what Ryan's telling you, that'll give you like the dollar figure, right? Like $10, for example, right? Like that's what the math equation gets you, is a dollar range.
Yeah. And actually, I think it's 85%. So let's do this together, because okay. I got asked this all the time.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, I actually asked somebody who taught me how to do this, and I was like, oh wow, this is super crazy. This is great. Anyone can do this. Literally anyone that can see the option chain can do this. And then I wanted to teach other people, and I just gave you guys the wrong number. So like literally trying not to screw this up here, but let's do this. So there's a couple of ways to do this. Here's the how you actually calculate this. The implied move of a stock for a binary event can be found by calculating 85% of the value of the nearest monthly expiration of the at the money straddle. All right, now the at the money straddle is the call and the put added together, right? So if you wanted to do this in your broker, you can actually change from calls and puts to the straddle, and it'll give you that right there. This is done by adding the first month of the at the money call price with the first month of the at the money put, and then multiplying this value by 0.85. Another easy way to calculate this for a binary event is to take the at the money straddle plus the first out of month strangle and then divide it by the sum of two. So let's do that first example here together real quick. You can see I was doing it here, but I actually did this wrong. So for affirmed, for the September contract, the at the money, which I'm going to call 100, the at the money call has an ask of 810. So we're going to take 810, and then we're going to add the at the money put, which has an ask of 960. So we're going to do 810 plus 960. That's going to give us 17.7, and then we're going to multiply that by 0.85, right? Here is your expected move for affirmed next week, 15.04, and that is going to be your, I believe, Spencer, you're correct. That is going to be the dollar move.
Now that everything Ryan just said is right and correct, and it's important to understand the not just the what, but like the how and the why. If you are like me and you're lazy, and you're always looking for shortcuts in life, let me give you a shortcut that, again, you should only do this if you understand the why, right? Not just the number, but how we got to the number. There's a website you can use where you can type in the ticker, and it'll give you the expected move based on the weekly options, if there are weekly options, right? And monthly options. This is not Benzinga, okay? This is just free promo for them. And the website I'm going to put up on the screen right now, okay? It's called optionslam.com, okay? Optionslam.com. And you go in there, and I just typed in a firm, and there are no weeklies on the firm. I didn't realize that. Okay, so here we have an implied monthly move. So all we got is monthly. And what did Ryan say? $15. And
15%, yeah.
15%? No.
So it's slightly different in your calculation,
right?
But you'll notice,
but it's close enough. Is my point.
Yep, and think about it this way: what if I had added the bid price instead of the ask price? What if I had averaged the bid and the ask? What if because we have a bid of 790 and an ask of 810 on the at the money call. So what if I had done 8? Maybe the numbers are going to be a little bit different.
Yes.
I think you're right on. The point is that we're real close there.
Yes. So that's the point. So you can do it by going to the options chain and doing the equation, or if you're like me and you're lazy, you go to optionslam.com and you look it up right there. So today's lesson in expected moves, and why is this important? Because it gives us some idea of where the options market thinks the stock will go, higher or lower, based on earnings next week. And that's where we're at. Hope you guys got some knowledge out of that, and we all learned something new today. So I'm watching the firm. Let's move off that for a second. What's a stock that someone else is watching today?
I'm watching SAVA again.
Oh, yeah.
It's trading up in the pre-market. It actually was as high as 64 in the pre-market after a close beneath 54 yesterday. So I'm really excited in that. The one thing though is that, you know, I was kind of going, maybe I'm nitpicking, but I was kind of going through some of Remy's comments, the CEO who was defending himself, and he said, or defending the company, excuse me. One of the things he said is, I think the data is accurate. I would have to pull up his exact quote, but he used the word think. Boy, you better not be thinking, you better know. And so that to me is a little like, I wish he would have been a little bit more firm in that. However, the market is telling us, at least so far, that they like this. So I'm going to be very, very interested to see how this plays out. Again, I have no position. I've kind of been on the sidelines here. A lot of the people within our community trade this, and I'd like to get involved because this stock is no stranger to making some huge moves. I can't help but remember something from my past. I traded lumber liquidators a number of years ago, back when they went through that whole big legal thing when there were carcinogens in their laminate that they were selling to people. And I remember the CEO getting on TV, and he was very nonchalant. He didn't really care. And I was like, you don't care. You really don't even care about this. And you're selling a product that has known carcinogens in it to people. And the stock was $77 at the time. What's it now? The number of years later, we're at 20 now. If we take a look at this chart, I mean, this thing, I mean, we're talking like, I'm going back. I got the receipts. Like, this is when we were like right up here back in 2014. And this is that huge drop. This is it right here. This is it. And it never recovered from that. So I want to watch how this trades. I just want to make sure. I mean, I'm really excited about the premise of what they're doing here. So I'm kind of rooting for them. Take that with a grain of salt.
On the SAVA thing, I don't know if I've ever seen this before. So the company came out with a statement today, right, defending itself from the allegations that their data is bunk, right? And the statement was one paragraph of text followed by an audio file that is 21 minutes long. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to listen to a 21-minute soliloquy from the CEO of this company. I'm sure the market already has. Somebody has listened to it. Maybe you, maybe Hector. I'm not going to listen. I've never heard of that, though. I've never heard of the company putting out a statement that's basically 3 sentences followed by a 21-minute whatever audio file that they're going to make us listen to, which to me is a red flag.
Yeah, and I mean, we're flying by the seat of our pants right now. You know, yeah. I'm kind of just reacting to what I see. I see in the chat here, come to the dark side, Ryan, and trade SAVA. That's hilarious, Arlene. I'm coming to the dark side. You guys are turning me. And then I see Hector saying, I personally was not impressed with Remy's statement. That's kind of where I fall, Hector. I'm not ready to write this off. I'm not ready to run for the exits. But I just wasn't impressed with the statement. I felt like that was a chance to impress, and they blew it. You know, that's it. So I want to see where we go from here. That's basically it.
All right, guys, we got a parabolic mover.
Wait, hold on. I just want to finish up on this. If you're accused of misdeeds, if you're a public CEO and you're accused of misdeeds and a short seller attacks you, and your de facto defense is to say, oh, these are just greedy short sellers that are trying to profit, that's not good. You're attacking the attacker, not the accusation, and that's always a red flag. If your defense is, oh well, look at these guys, they're just trying to manipulate our stock. No, address the allegation. Don't address the person who leads.
I like that. Well said.
Okay, I'm done. We're done on that. Mitch, what were you saying? You're on mute though.
I was pointing out a poop.
A pop.
Yep.
A poop? Is that what you said?
Ryan knows it. Yeah, a pop. Everyone in the day trading community calls it a poop.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it likes to go up and then it poops on you.
And then
a pop and then a poop.
Oh man.
Okay.
It's Friday, folks.
That's a new one for me.
You haven't heard that one, man.
No.
I've been trading this one for years, man. Look at the daily chart. This tells you it all. Look, a pop, a poop, a pop, a poop. Guess what it's gonna do this time, guys?
Spencer's mortified right now.
No, I'm not mortified. Webcoin says it might take a dump. So
I think I'm not the only one.
And I'm sure any will be a part of the trading stuff that people are looking at.
Here's another parabolic.
$7 is something you might want to move. We might
And
want to take a look at $7.
Hex Pony mentioning BTBT. Yeah, I'm going to be watching the Bitcoin stock today. Bitcoin really goes like above 51K level now.
BTBT, watch for it to try to test to go red and then bounce back. I'm also going to look at Docu over that 300 level.
Docu's going to 300. I'm with it, Zunaid.
Yeah. So once I see options come in, woo, we take it.
Let me know.
I will. You know what? Let me pull up my Benzinga.
That's
okay. Well,
I definitely did like today.
While you do that, 10 seconds away from the open. Here we go. Last day before a 3-day weekend. Let's see how things shake.
Ooh, remember we talked about Spencer crypto 3-day weekend.
Yes, we talked about that a few weeks ago. Crypto into long weekends, usually, generally speaking, a good buy.
And then with the jobs number that we got today, that could be something to look at.
You're
Who
awesome.
knows? I can't do too many day trades today. So if I get in, I gotta hang on tight to my pants. So I might trade some crypto today. Let me look something up. See what I got out there.
Here's our opening bell. Call out what you see, everyone. We'll do the same.
All right. Now, one stock that did make a massive move yesterday, I gave out on my podcast, was BTCM. I'll see if it continues to run today, but definitely that stock made a 30% move yesterday. So we'll see if it retraces today, but bit mining, monster move.
All right, watching tech off the open here. Very interesting divergence. Apple just ripped. Facebook just dipped. Actually, Apple is moving the other direction. All of tech seems to be moving down except for Apple. Apple just spiked off the open. Every other major tech stock just moved in the other direction.
I know which one I like right out the open. I'm going to be looking at BlackBerry, 100,000 shares right out the gates.
Yeah, good call out.
It's not many times you'll see that stock at 100,000 shares in 1 minute. Somebody's dropping in that. It just popped from 11.14 to 11.30 now.
Zunaid, great call on Docu. I actually tried to get the next week 300 calls, didn't get filled at 660.
Oh, there it is. There's the 300.
Yeah, I just didn't have options coming in to kind of support
I didn't get filled. I tried to take your YOLO trade, and I didn't get filled.
Can't blame you on that one. That one's looking great. Broadcom also nice push through 500 if you want to take a look at that one, Zunaid. AVGO.
Let's check it out.
That one's
You've got Lucid Motors that have got some options coming in for the $20 for September 17th.
Yeah, I would be shorting Lucid today, but I'm just I guess a hater.
If your stop loss, no, that's totally fine. All right, both sides of the coin. Your stop loss would be low of day, which is the red to green area. If you're going to get into AMD, take a look at it over 109.50. Let's go back to Docu here. I'm going to set an order for Docu. Get my shares at $325. All right, my order is in.
Jose called out MMAT. It looks like he wants to go parabolic again. We're already up 14% today. Whoops.
All right, looking for drip. Might take an option play on drip.
Man, I hate trading from a damn laptop. Woo!
It's just
Boy.
game, bro.
I gotta say though, Zunaid, it's impressive. I mean, made in India, works in America. Where is he right now? Somewhere in between throwing YOLOs. I don't know. It's really, you got a really good thing going. So
I appreciate it. I mean, what I do is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm back in Dallas. I'm in quarantine, waiting for my COVID test to come back so I can get out of the hotel room. But yeah, it's fun.
I like the $8 calls on drip today, but I suck at options, so I didn't take it.
If you're gonna play, I'm trying to find. Let's take a look at a firmer. Firmer's still under.
excuse me, sorry.
Did anyone get that docu? I know we tried here on the desk. I guess we can call out. But anyone in the chat, if you guys got docu, let us know.
And Matt, man, wow.
Yeah, Jose, I hope you got that. Just watch out because if you zoom out on the MAT, right, this thing is liable to make big moves and come crashing down. I don't see any levels of significance here. So I would just watch the 10 o'clock reversal, maybe.
Yeah, and Matt, this was just a
All right,
momentum
I'm
push.
in. Sorry, I just got apologies. I just got filled, and I might actually get unfilled here. My stop loss is going to be what is it? Come on, I gotta zoom in here. It'll be 299.50. The break of 299.50. I got in at $300.25. I'm risking 75 cents, and I'm out.
This is on Docu?
This is on Docu, and I'm out.
Oh, wow.
That was quick.
Hard downturn there in Zillow. Zillow, nice crash there through the 100. Now starting to really crack down. I think this one's going to really break down here. Some shorts out there today for sure. For you short traders, there's definitely some shorts.
Go back to the scanner.
So let's go to Docu.
Okay.
So UEC here,
Man, these
UEC
options are
pushing a little
crazy.
bit, really took out the sellers at 304. Some side up, they took out 306 too. So yeah, some size still at 306. Looks like a refresh seller at 306.
Man, Docu, of course, gets me out. Goes a little bit back up. Not sure what it's going to do with my life.
It's just playing with your heart.
It is. It is. I'm going to grab. Man, this is going to be risky. This is a YOLO that's like not. Let me just see what happens. Let me shut up and see what Docu does.
Box, real quick, 579 the spot on MMAT. Yeah, that's awesome. That was going to be your support level from the extended sessions. It really took that out. I didn't watch it live. I think that there was a size seller there that we took out. That's really what caused this pop. Awesome if you gave that out on early birds, and awesome if you hit that, my man.
All right, guys, going to put out a good setup here. FT. Look at that setup there. 5-minute chart. Multiple resistance, nice flag, holding, good volume right out the gates. 2.5 million right there, $3 hold price. If I had a day trade, I'd take this, but I don't have one right now. So,
okay, let's watch and see. The pre-market low in the SPY was 451.91. We are only 20 cents off that. So let's just see if we can hold that. Well, it's actually a double bottom there on the 1 minute chart. And I'm looking at SPY. So we were flirting with the low of the day. Let's just see if we hold it for the moment.
Yeah, to me, I mean, this pretty much coincides the same level, but to me, it's going to be yesterday's intraday low, which is going to be right here at 451.91. That actually pretty much lines right up with the pre-market low that you were just talking about, Spencer. So it's 6 one way, half a dozen the other, I suppose. So yeah, we're going to have to hold here. Let's see though. I mean, a little bit of a flush here and bounce wouldn't actually be terrible.
all right, guys, I would say that at least through the channel wise, we are expecting a little bit of a pullback in the SPY. So I'm expecting to see a pullback day today. That's what I put out in my podcast.
UEC through now, 313 high. Docu, man. Zunaid, I'm sorry, man. It looks like Docu really kind of took you out of that.
It did, right? So it went 70 cents lower than my initial stop loss. And this is one of those things where if I was at home, what I would probably do is look to play options, or I'd get back in with a little smaller size. But again, let's see. I mean, it is a little bit annoying, but it is a part of trading. It's fine. It could have very easily continued going and testing the red to green, and I could have been down much, much lower. So it happens, and it's all right. I'll take my 70-cent stop.
BTBT being called out in the chat. Let's take a look here. Coming back towards VWAP, but not much on the upside there. I wouldn't attack this VWAP bounce. Reason why is I always look for a strong out of the gate candle. And I mean, to me, 30 cents on this name isn't as strong as it looks. I would look for more like a 50-cent push and then maybe a 25-cent retracement. This is only a 10, 15-cent pullback. So not really my cup of tea there.
FT through now, broke that 312 area, went as high as 317. Looks to push your impressive volume, FT.
BTCM still moving on the upside. That one had a nice little push. You see that one's more a 1240 to 1380 push. So that's 11% up right out the gate. That's kind of more of a VWAP bounce that I attack. Mara, interesting, also made a move from 43.70s up to a high of 44.67. So almost a dollar move. Now pulling back a little bit more than 50 cents. That's what we want to see. But
Yeah, that docu not getting filled, that's a bummer, my man.
Yeah.
That is a bummer.
Well, I know for me, for me, it was I got filled and I got shook out,
Yeah.
and I didn't get back in just because I'm not in my comfort element. And I looked at the options chain, right? And it's usually when I want to YOLO, I'm going to YOLO near at the money or a little bit out, and those are like $300-400, and I wasn't trying to do that. So maybe I should have grabbed the 310s because those are up a bit. But it's okay. It happens. It's fine.
That's part of the game, man. That's just
It is. And someone said something interesting yesterday. I always try to watch YouTube videos from other traders just to learn things. And I've known this, but it's nice to hear it as well. Support and resistance isn't a point. It's if someone has a trade, please interrupt me. But support and resistance isn't like a point. It's an area, right? It's around that area is where it is, and that's what it was. It bounced off of VWAP and continued going higher. So it is what it is. It happens.
drip looking good today. I do expect to see oil get a crack. So I'm going to keep an eye on that.
Watching KPLT here, this is real strong. This had a real strong day yesterday. Is on the relative volume scan for today. Really took out 595 right there. Popped as high as what 606. It looks like 607. There we go. Higher now. So I'm not in this one, man. I feel like I'm just a step too slow today.
Who are you telling?
Step too slow today. But KPLT, this was a nice one.
I'm gonna write an email to Jason and be like, "Hey, man, you got any portable monitors I can expense?"
You know what though? For a while there, when everyone started going from remote, we had a lot of monitors, but it's hard. They're hard to buy now.
Yeah.
Really? There's like a shortage on monitors?
There definitely was a year ago. Like, because think about it, everyone's working from home, so all the PCs, the cards, the monitors, everything made.
Don't even get me started on the cards, guys. I rebuilt my machine in January and camped outside of a micro center at like 8 o'clock in the morning to get a damn video.
I message Aaron Thomas. I message Aaron Thomas about twice a month, and I'm like, "Hey, man, you gonna do that tutorial on building your own PC?"
No, he did it. He did it.
Oh, he did?
Well, it's not out yet, but but he filmed it. He filmed.
Awesome. I was going to say
him with that.
We should be doing more of that. I've been building computers since I was 14 years old.
Yeah, it's not hard at all.
WK Harris, I have a portable projector too. I should have grabbed it.
Guys, where's everything made?
China.
Overseas.
Exactly. What was closed for a year?
Yeah.
Well, that played into it as
you got
well.
your answer.
But come on. It wasn't just a supply issue. It was the fact that everyone was working from home, right? Everyone in corporate America.
So
some was working from home.
Issue, right? So it's a supply issue and demand issue. That's 2 times the problem. Because the supply ain't there and the demand is higher. So, I mean, it's just going to continue to happen. There's a reason why maybe Best Buy is up. I mean, I don't think it's selling more. I just think it's probably making more. Inflation.
I've got beta answer saying lower your volume, mate. I don't know if that's something you can handle, Spencer. Apologies if I'm loud on my end.
He's not. You're not that loud to me.
Okay. Maybe it's because I got hyped.
You're taking over. All right, let's go ahead. Let's catch up. I'm going to catch up with the chat today, guys, since I can't do a day trade. I can only long and hold. I'm going to pay attention to the chat, catch up with that, and I'll be going through some stocks there. If you guys got some stocks in the chat you guys want to be mentioned, first, you have to hit the like. Not going to be going through your stock if you can't hit the like for me, but go ahead and put those stocks in there.
Someone had mentioned BTBT. It's looking to go high of day here again. Well, it kind of poked through the high of day. I'm not the best person to trade this one, but I can assume over 1350 would be a nice breakout. Stop loss would be below 1325. I'll have Ryan and anyone else that's traded this before speak to it. But
which one?
It did BTBT, Bit Digital.
Yeah, I talked about it. I like the other stocks, other Bitcoin stocks more. Their setups look better to me.
I make it a point not to trade the Bitcoin stocks because I feel like I don't understand them and I don't have an edge. But I watch them because I watch all the coins and I hold the coins, obviously. As far as BT goes, though, when we break this high day, 1342, I mean, this could easily pop. Looks like there's a little bit of size above it. Here we go. We're actually coming into that level here.
The volume's like picking up there as well.
Yeah,
I like
sure
it.
is.
I just don't. It's not my type of stock that I trade, but I mean,
That's the thing, and like crypto's rolling over. I mean, maybe it's not rolling over now. I mean, it put in its high. It doesn't look like it's trying to push back towards that yet. So I'm almost thinking perhaps this reaction is delayed or whatever the case is. Anyway, simply just looking at Bitcoin I'm not enticed to buy BTBT, but seeing this break this 1342, 43 high a day, this could pop. Let's watch it. We're right here now.
also keep an eye on a firm over 100. I am going to put. And again, guys, this is just for me. I'm trading small, right? Just because I'm already annoyed in life with me trading here. So I'm going to buy a small position at the break of 100. My stop loss will be $1 at the break of 99. So I'm risking $1 and I'm hoping to get $2 out of the trade. Break of 100 AFRM.
Yeah, Bill Bruce says, Mitch, I jumped into FTFT for gains when you mentioned it. So keep calling out the day trade setups, even if you're not taking them. Totally agree. And that FTFT setup was great through 310. Great through 310. So easy scalp there. Great call ahead of time, Mitch.
Yeah, and usually when you can't trade, that's when you're going to be able to see a little bit more open, right? Since I can't take the trade, I'm actually just paying attention to the pattern and not worrying about the sizing or whatever emotions that can come through with the trade.
When was the last time you called your broker and had him revert the PDT?
Oof. Not often. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. If you haven't done it in the past 6 months and you see a really good setup, you can take that today. Just get on the
no,
horn
I normally I don't put myself in this position,
Yeah.
but yesterday with US Steel, I had to take that profit.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm
That was a
glad
great
because I
trade,
would
by
have been
the
in the
way.
red.
That was a
Yeah.
great trade that you called here live, by the way. Nailed that one.
Yeah, literally the top 27.72 was a top, and I got it at 27.70.
Amazing.
Lucid
Oh,
pushing through what's called a ascending triangle here. So you can see here, guys, resistance at 1903. Tried to get through that level multiple times. What I always look for is that 1, 2, 3 rule. So a push up, pull back, second push, pull back, third push actually broke through it. When you come back, you just need to hold that line. It actually wicks through it, and that's why you need to look at the close, and then it holds right above 19, giving you the signs that it's trying to push through that level. Then the volume comes in. Look at the bottom, how you get this volume little pop right here near the opening candle. That's what you want to see on a breakout candle.
Couple of things. You have Alan Vincent, and Alan, yes, I got that same email. Apparently, TD Ameritrade, you can only get one PDT reset for life.
For life.
So they're really tightening it up now.
So there's that.
I'll tell you one
Second
thing,
thing,
it's going to be a PDT, but
second thing, someone please tell me in the chat, please, for the love of my life. That doesn't make sense about what I'm about to say. But for the sake of my life, there you go.
Yes.
Tell me someone took DocuSign, please.
Yeah, seriously. Because remember, the calls that I was on, Zunaid, were I put my order in for 660 and didn't get filled. Ask is 1320.
Jesus Christ.
all right.
I
team.
know, man. It's
I'm
brutal.
I'm going to take a second here to run through some stocks in the chat. I said I'd hit some up, but I didn't really go through it. So let's start knocking some of these out. First one I saw was, I hear
Nah, we're good. We're good.
all right, MMAT. Look at this one, Meta Materials. Someone bringing this one up. I like the VWAP hold now. One of the things is you tried to crack down below it 3 times. I would say it's not bad off of that 590 look now. And one of the things that you want to see is a big pull up when you're trying to get these VWAP pushes. This was a 13% push up, and then a retrace of about 7%. So almost 50% of the move, which is a good level if you pulled the Fibonacci's on this. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Next one up. I seen DIDIs.
This was on my list to discuss today.
Nice push up. Nice
Headline today.
highs.
There's actual news in DD, potentially good news, that the government may want to take DD private. That was the headline. That was from a Bloomberg reporter last night or overnight. So maybe DD going under state control. That's the news. That's why DD's higher.
Cup and handle look right there on the hourly. Now the 15-minute multiple highs breaking through 944. I'd watch this on a 5-minute. Look for some pullbacks towards 935 now, but definitely pushing. Now got there towards 958. Good call out in the chat. Let's keep it going. Clove being mentioned. Had a pop right out the gates, but then came right back down. Healthcare sector has been really hot lately. If you look here, I'll show you guys on the daily. It's been pushing up. So it's not a bad thing that it's pulling back right now. But I mean, when you get this kind of move, a big push on up, it's almost kind of expected that some healthcare stocks would pull back today. Keep it going. What other ones are we seeing? Someone said they like AMD. I'll kind of keep going with that one. Looks like Roku being mentioned. Did it stop moving down? Let's see what happened there. I know the bad news came in today. It was already on the downside look. But, yeah, nice little pop here right out the gates. It held 331 on the downside. We'll see if it can get back towards that level. Next up, what other ones being mentioned in the chat? IPOF, KPLT.
It looks like Katrina took shares on that docu call. Congratulations, Chris.
There you go.
Great trade there.
SPAC moving up, KPLT pushed up there towards 615, pulling back towards 580s. That's the support there. You want to see it hold and get back up there to 615. What other ones are being mentioned? Do we got anything else? AQST. I did see that one mentioned multiple times. Not much there. I mean, just coming down. Let's take a look here, maybe on the daily chart. Yeah, it looks like a pullback to me. It hit the 200-day moving average on the daily, and look how it's just turned around every time since. That to me looks like it's bearish and coming back down to support. Fubo, last one I'll go through. Fubo's on a pullback. I actually like this pullback. I was looking for a pullback today towards 30 or 29.50, which is the 200-day moving average right here, 29.51. That's where I would like Fubo to stop. And I might even take a swing trade into the weekend on Fubo, but of course, I wouldn't be selling it for the day. I'd be looking for it to come into next week and break back out.
All right,
that's going to be it.
While Mitch was doing that, nothing too fancy on my Affirm stop loss order. So $90. Nice round number. The low of this gap is 90.28. So give myself a little bit of breathing room there, but nothing too crazy on that. So now I can rest easy now, knowing that worst case scenario, I lose 9% on this trade.
Well, what was your upside look? That's all that matters, really. I mean,
yeah,
that's what matters.
Yeah, I don't have an upside target. I mean, we did just nick 100 just now, so my upside target is anything above that.
Well, that's the one thing you want to be doing,
Yeah, I know. I know. I need a risk reward ratio. I mean, I guess I could easily just zoom out on the chart and try to find a level, but
I mean, yeah, you always can go off. It's always going to be better to go off levels in the chart, but also just have something mental. Also, like say 10 risk, 20 gain, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, the one number that jumps out to me is the all time high. I mean, the all time highs were ways off that, right? 146.90 is your all time high in a firm, but that would be I would absolutely sell if we got there. But. Okay, what else? So DD, which Mitch mentioned, was on my list to discuss. Fubo was on my list to discuss as well, and did not get to it yet this morning. They got their second gambling license yesterday. Arizona is the second state that they have approved, now joining Iowa for their sports book. Iowa remains on track to go live sometime in Q4 of this year. That was the catalyst for Fubo yesterday. It did spike on that headline after hours yesterday. We have leaked pretty much since then. We got to 31.65. We're now down to $1.50 below that. But watching Fubo here,
I really, really like a chart here, guys. I normally don't say this, but long-term Airbnb is looking prime today. Love it. I've been calling this one out since Monday, looking for it to get into this area right here above that trend line. Did a little bit of a pullback yesterday. Now looking like it wants to rip through 160s and really looking strong today. 15-minute candles right back up. Look at the volume too coming in. I do like this name right now. Pushed from 157.25 all the way up to 160s today. Looking really strong out the gates. I like this one right now. I'm going to be looking for pullbacks in this. I should have gotten in it today a little bit earlier, but now it's really looking good on the daily.
I'm long Airbnb from 153.
I can't blame you, bro. I can't blame you. If you do got that at 153, slide it over, Spencer. I'll take it.
Yep.
Speaking of FUBU, if you're going to try to get into that trade, your stop loss would be below $30, which is the low of day. Airbnb, for me personally, if it like consolidates around this 160 area, I wouldn't mind getting in for a day trade on this one. Someone asked about YOLOs on DD. I'm not familiar with DD or what its average true range is. It's ATR. I don't think anything today could be worth it, but if you wanted to play the story of going private and all of that, maybe next week $10 you could take a look at it, which is about 32 cents at the moment. To me, that's I don't know if that's cheaper now, right? Because again, I don't look at this ticker. Monetary, money wise, it's cheap, but again, that doesn't mean that it's cheap for that particular stock, if that makes sense. So I apologize, I don't have a play on DD for you, but for me, if I was gonna burn some cash, I would give myself a couple of weeks and kind of wait for the story of going private to kind of gain some momentum and break 10.
All
I
right,
actually see Manu took MMAT at 577.
Oh,
Honestly, Manu, I think that's a good buy. Looks like it's trying to bottom here. Stop on this would be the low, that low right there. That's what, 571. So that's your stop. Pretty clean trade right here at 577. I like this to bounce here. I think that's a really sharp day trade. Hope that works out for you, my man.
All right.
AEHR, Kindred Duke, nice to see you, Glenn. AEHR, this has been a huge one. This has been traded a couple of times recently, just massive out the gate. Great volume, too.
Okay, now I want to talk about the overall market since we're getting near that 10 o'clock hour. This is an hourly chart on the SPY. We've had multiple times to push on up and hard rejections. We have the 50 moving average right where we're at right now. The big thing for me is 451.50. If we break that right now and don't turn around here, then it's going to be that hard downturn. Let's see what happens here. A lot of times we get 10 a.m. reversals back into the green, but we'll have to watch and see.
It's weird. This isn't big money or anything like that, but DocuSign, $325 calls. That DocuSign's got to be moving on that. Hang on.
Well, I expected a big move today.
Christ.
I mean, when you had that sideways consolidation at the 290s for, I think what did it do for how long? That's 1.6 months, 35 bars on the daily where it just kept holding that level. Now it's really pushing on through there.
So let me kind of. So I want to talk to the chat, right? You guys obviously saw me take DocuSign at $300.25. I got stopped out at $299.50, the break of it, and it went down and it climbed right back up. If I was at my house, if I was in my home element, I'm comfortable with where I'm trading, I would get back in. And the reason is because that risk reward, right? I'm risking about, what was that, 75 cents, give or take. My reward is going to be much greater. Things obviously change, of course, when you're not in your environment, when you're calling the trade out live, because other people may be putting their money in to play, and that's always a whole different psychological element. But for folks at home, it's okay if you're wrong in the sense of, hey, at that time you were wrong, but the idea itself might still be right. So as long as your risk reward is okay and it's proper, you can get back in the trade, and that's the beauty of it, of taking a stop loss, because you can always get back in. Of course, keep in mind it's an asterisk with PDT rules and all that. But you can always get back into trade in some form of fashion. So just wanted to clarify that.
100%. And especially
tough
in a free commission environment.
Yep.
Now, on the contracts, you might be trading a very small amount of commissions. But at the same time, when you have those commissions, and especially if you're just trading the stock itself, it's okay to get out, guys. You don't have to pay to get in trades anymore. So don't pay to stay in them. By what I mean by paying to stay in them is you literally going past your risk or something just because, oh, I think it's coming back. No, it's okay to cut the loss and then look for the trade to actually come back, then give you the signal to get back in the trade. You got to be willing to cut it if you're willing to take the trade.
And that working from that 577 buy. The great spot, Manu. You nailed that.
No, shout out to Jose for calling that out at like 9:31. Very nice.
Hey, look. Hey, Poop. What did it do today? Oh, that stock. I don't know who could buy that stock on the long side.
Let me see if there's any options coming on Airbnb because I want to take a stab at this 165 Yolo.
All right. Well, while you do that, Zunaid,
Yeah.
I'm going to
13. Hold on a sec. 13. Great call on TSM, by the way. We've been watching this for a while. You've been in here all morning calling out these spots in TSM and that dip buy, that dip to
Semiconductors,
123. Great call, 13.
All semis really making a nice lift up.
All right, it's 10 o'clock. Let's do our first crypto update of the day. Decidedly mixed today. We got a pretty equal amount of red and green on the screen. Of course, watching Bitcoin, seeing if it can hold those gains from that breakout that we finally got yesterday, or was it 2 days ago now? I don't even remember anymore. So watching Bitcoin, watching ETH, if you look at the charts, you can see, right, we have like a technical breakout. So let's watch this level from May here. We had a couple of highs there. We'll watch that, but waiting to see if we can hold the gains from the breakout from this week in Bitcoin. Ethereum, same story, right? It gapped, it paused, now it's going again. So both bullish setups here in Ethereum and crypto and Bitcoin. Watching crypto in general all week, all day, and all weekend because, as we mentioned at the top of the show, two key tailwinds for crypto today. One, the 3-day weekend. We've seen this time and time again. Bitcoin tends to really move, usually to the upside on long weekends because there's nothing else to trade on Monday. So watching Bitcoin today, heading into that, as well as this jobs number that was a lot weaker than expected. If you wanted to hedge against the market, you maybe look, and you can actually see it. I'll pull up in the Bitcoin chart. Let's zoom in, weigh in. You can actually see today when the jobs number hit. That candle right there, that spike, that was. Wait a minute. Yeah. No. Where am I? I'm way off. Hold on. This is a 1 minute chart. Yeah, no, I'm right. Today's the third.
Today's the third, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know why the timing looks weird to me, but yeah, let's zoom out. That's why. Okay. Am I not zoomed in enough, or I'm not zoomed out enough? Okay. 8:30, right? Where am I on the chart? 8:30. We had that spike right there. That was off the jobs number. So we have a jobs number that was a big miss, and maybe Bitcoin seen as a hedge, and we have a long weekend. So watching crypto for those two reasons. As a reminder, you can get a free $50 in Bitcoin. Go to Voyager, download the app, fund it with $100, use the code ZING, ZING, to get $50 in free Bitcoin. Okay, I can't read the x-axis on this chart for some reason, but regardless, I can tell you that Bitcoin did spike on that jobs number. So that was graceful as always. Let's move it back to this. I can't. I literally can't read this.
I love it, Spencer.
I cannot read the x-axis on this chart.
That was graceful.
I don't know why.
That was perfect. You're awesome, Spencer. I'll be honest, guys. I don't see a whole lot out here. SAVA finally hitting the scanner, but I mean, maybe it's rounding here. I don't see a whole lot. It was that docu move from Zunaid's call this morning. That was the bet. And then MMAT gave a good trade.
Lord. Every time I try to take an option, I look at the open interest or like the volume, and there's nothing on it, and I'm not gonna take it.
Scares you off.
Something interesting. There's only 20 grand, and 20 grand for Docu is nothing. But there's 20 grand is coming into that 325 for today.
So,
They bought them around 50 cents, so right now they're trading at 77. So they already got a 50-cent ROI on it. So something I don't know, dude. If it goes to 325, somebody's getting. And all three of you are getting a text from me saying, "God damn it, God damn it."
what's an oil stock that actually has some options to trade? Anyone know?
Oil?
I mean,
Rig? Doesn't rig?
I was
isn't
looking
rig
at
pretty-
Phillips 66. I'm trying to buy some
No.
puts for the next 2 weeks on oil. I do think oil is going to crack down.
you can go COP.
Hess.
There you go.
See,
COP
all of
might
these
be
are really
one.
light on
I
the,
like that one, Spencer. I'll take a look.
Jeez. Wait, now I'm really confused. This coin market cap chart is pissing. Actually, it's a trading view chart. It's pissing me off.
You heard that, trading view? Step up your game.
Maybe I should just go to a different chart. That's what I'm gonna do.
Katrina, as long as you made profit on Docu, that's perfectly fine. And Talking Beard, same for you, buddy. I'm glad you made $200. That's awesome. Good for you.
Drip, gush.
Well, yeah, I mean, but those are leverage. I don't like to do options on those. If I do, it would be a day trade option, a YOLO.
FTFT from earlier, real big pullback here. We're just gonna wait and see if this sets up again. This is hands off though. Trade already passed. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot, my fellas.
The funny one is, I'm telling you, still from $9 to what? $7.50 right out the gates. A pop minus 16% right out the gates. Moderna up, starting to push through 400. Just to give you an insight on that one, I like that daily chart. 400 level, 390s right underneath it now. Looks good if it can get a drive from here. Moderna.
Watching. Trying to find some names we haven't mentioned yet. Watching Metro Mile, MILE. I'm looking at that one for a while. Up 6% today. Do we have a level here?
No.
Not really. Not really.
Hey, looks like we got over 695 people watching right now. If you guys can do me the favor, we need to get to at least 50% likes. So give me the opinion. Thumbs down, thumbs up, whichever way it goes. I need your opinion out there, guys.
Yeah, just support the show. Hit the like button. Not that hard.
AMD had $1 pop off of that 110 that we talked about. If it retests that 110 area, that's where VWAP is as well. It's not bad for a risk reward type play there. Affirm, if you're wanting to go short, the break of 97.50 is key. If you're trying to go long, you can buy it here at 97.50. The break of it would be your stop loss. But for me, it's got to be above VWAP. If this had weekly contracts and if it showed a little bit of strength, I wouldn't mind getting into it. But that's what I'm seeing for DocuSign. I know we've already talked about it. I'll stop my crying. 310 would be your level of, do I want to get in this? So you get in around 310, 50 cents. Your stop loss would be 309. So you're risking about $1.50. And you're looking for the upside to break 315.
Very interesting day we've had today in the banks. Okay. Let me just start with JP Morgan. Okay. Because the banks all predictably dropped on that jobs number. Right, because the jobs number was weak. The logic is we're never going to raise. I got to refresh here. The jobs number was so bad. We're never going to raise interest rates now. All right, banks drop on that predictably. But then what happened? Right? Come on, chart. There we go. They reversed. Right? You can see the dip there. Red candle or two. Jobs number is a 1 minute chart. We reversed. We went higher. And then we reversed again. Moved and made a new low of the day, lower than the pre-market low, This is JP Morgan, lower than the pre-market low of 159.40. We got down to 159.27. No, we got down to 159.15. Excuse me. So we reversed twice so far today in the banks. And I use this as my proxy because this is the largest bank in the U.S. So very interesting, predictable, kind of weird reversal, then a predictable reverse. This is what you thought should happen today, right? And of course, if you're gonna trade the banks, you got to watch the TLT. The TLT just moved kind of how it should have. I don't know actually. Yeah, it moved how it should have. So TLT staying down today. This whole thing is mucky. Let's go back to the scanner.
The only other thing that we haven't mentioned yet, this mRNA is over that $400 level. If you want to get in, you get in right now at $400.40. Your stop loss, I'd say it could be like $1. If you wanted a wider stop loss and take a smaller position, it could be below BWAP, which is at 396, the break of it. So if you're looking for a swing, I would say you could have a $5 stop loss if you're going to get in right now. But I don't know the fundamentals. I don't know the catalyst of mRNA. I'm strictly looking at the price action at the moment.
So there's some news today in FedEx, pretty much facing labor union challenge for the CEO's pay. Supposedly they had pulled off a bonus in the pandemic and put it right back on. So the union is really upset about that.
Market doesn't care about that stuff.
You don't think so?
No. Market does not care about labor battles unless it gets to a strike. But I
watched Wall Street yesterday, by the way, which had some labor stuff.
Even that. Yeah.
I love watching Wall Street movies. There's not that many good ones, but of course, last night in my hotel, I'm like, let me get ready for the day, the trading day.
I haven't seen Wall Street.
And I watched Wall Street.
I haven't seen Wall Street in a long time. I never saw the sequel.
See, the sequel.
There's a sequel?
Yeah, Money Never Sleeps.
It's
not that
good. That one. Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Best Wall Street movie that I've seen probably is The Big Short. I've seen that probably 5 times.
Margin Call was decent.
Okay.
Too.
Wait, a jump. Sorry, a jump. I'm here. Thank you, a jump. See, it's because a jump's got my back, and a jump's got my back because the x-axis on the trading view charts are now based on my time zone. What? The world doesn't revolve around me? That's silly. Thank you, a jump, for dropping some knowledge on
crypto
me.
life.
Crypto life. Crypto does not revolve around Eastern Standard Time, which it should, but it doesn't.
Matt Hammond, that's what we're talking about. We're talking
Problem solved. Problem solved, the jump. Thank you for making me smarter today. Okay. What else are we watching? Oh, Rocket Lab, which had an interesting couple of days after their IPO. Well, the IPO was last week? Yeah, the IPO for Rocket Lab was last week. This is an interesting chart here in Rocket Lab. So we have the IPO. We are now above the IPO price. Oh, I'm sorry, we're above the opening price. Wait a minute. Why are my charts not matching up?
Having some data issues, my friend?
Well, my pro says Rocket Lab goes back to last year.
Well, Rocket Lab is you're talking about a SPAC.
Spencer, hit weekly and see if you get more backfill on that.
Yeah, no, but yeah, you're right. Okay, so yeah, so that's why. So it was a SPAC. So these SPAC conversions, God, we need to have a uniform way
of showing the charts
for all the platforms to show the SPACs and then the D-SPAC
and the prior. Yeah, that's
it's so frustrating because the price history, it's the same asset, right? So the price history, once they announce a deal, but before the deal closes, is still relevant. But like Thinkorswim, for example, doesn't show me any of that. It's very frustrating. So forget what I was going to say about that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Stupid. Katrina's looking at Roku for a swing long. They're trying to buy the dip today, Roku. I'll tell you that. We're up $9 already from the low. Stupid. I am not having a coherent day today. Maybe because it's Friday. Maybe because I'm looking forward to the week off. I don't know.
Are you at a hotel as well?
3-day weekend is here, man.
No, I don't know. Maybe I'm just mentally checked out. I have no idea.
You know what, Spencer? I actually watched the college football game last night. I watched Ohio State, Minnesota, and I checked out mentally. I was just like, this is awesome. Football is here. 3-day weekend is here. And I'm kind of feeling it today. So
Guys, stock I gave out this on my podcast that I've been giving out for a while. The Rover stock, guys. Rover. Look at that. Pushing up there to 1482. This one's been making a move since $10. That would be a nice 50% move from $10. So I'd keep an eye on this stock. I have a feeling this is going to blast. BTCM still moving up also. That one's decent on the day.
Yeah, Corey, I guess I could overlay the two tickers, but it's too much work for me. Super SPAC, man, you want to buy the dip and Rocket? I mean, be my guest.
Rocket?
I mean,
the heck you want to do there?
Guest. This company like prints money, and they're so out of favor right now. And this is what we talked about yesterday, right? Sometimes that's all that matters is the price.
Oh, good Lord. That chart's a scary chart.
Guys, my test is back. I just got an email, and I have tested negative. Woo!
Nice.
Oh, I can get out of this. You know what? I'm gonna do this live. Can I get a close up, please?
Yeah, you can.
All right, here we go.
Off.
This pretty much says that, hey, I'm under testing. I'm gonna take it off live here.
Cut it off. Do it violently.
Boom, baby.
We're free, baby. All right,
For
now get me
about
out
2
of here.
weeks.
Get me out of this Zoom. I didn't shave today.
Sorry.
Get me out of the Zoom. Thank you.
Sorry. All right. Keeping an eye on the chat, keeping an eye on Pro, keeping an eye on the charts, on the Twitter.
Tell Michael to quiet down.
Michael, you hear him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Wait, am I on the right mic setting? Yeah.
I don't know, but I hear Mike. I hear him.
Oh, man. All right. I didn't realize that.
Someone in the chat, Spider-Man, said, free Z and Brittany. I'm dying. Oh, I love it. I love Michael. That dude works so hard. Good God.
All right. Let me just run through some of the earnings reports we had overnight. So let's check in on how these stocks are doing. So we got AVGL, right? Which was mostly a positive report. I mean, to the extent that it could be, because the whole industry is messed up right now. But AVGL, okay, looking okay. We are holding the gains from the pre-market session. So good sign there. You want to see it hold the low. You want to see it hold the open, right? The open today is what? 495.51. Let's see if we can hold that. All right. Moving on. DocU, let's not do that. We talked about that enough. MongoDB, which we hit on, I believe, some point today. We've talked about MongoDB, right? Blast off at the open. Great sign. Hold the open. Actually, not even, yeah. Just hold the open. Yeah, do we have any? Are we at all-time highs here? All-time highs. Okay. So, congrats. PD, Patriot Duty, kind of the same story. Not all-time highs, but you want to see it hold the. We're off the high, right? What's the pre-market high? 51.60. So we're $3 off that right now. What's the low of the day low? 47.75. There's a line in the sand. 47.75 is a line in the sand on Patriot Duty today. All right, Yext had earnings as well. I didn't look up the numbers. Looks like in-line numbers to me.
ENVB, Dave, great call on that. Nice bounce off that 235 level, it looks like.
EX is not an all-time low, but it's at a low from its lowest point since May of last year. So, okay. And then HPE, last one on the earnings front. Hewlett Packard. Earnings were mostly good. Again, as good as they could be considering supply constraints. Wow. Okay, so we're reversing a little bit here. We are reversing in HPE. We popped off the open for a second. Let's see if we can hold the 50-day or the 200-day. Let's just hold one of them. Let's hold one of those moving averages there. I've got the 50-day is the darker one. The lighter one is the 200-day. Let's just hold one. Preferably the 200. Watch out for SoFi. Yeah, I saw it's in the 15s. Congratulations. If you're in SoFi from 14 or how low did it get even? SoFi get good on this chart. How low did SoFi get?
That's a stock that I haven't looked at in a minute.
SoFi got to 13. Yeah. All right, if you're in from 13, congratulations.
Order out for a swing trade for the weekend, A, B, and B. See if I get a fill. I put out the order at 158.75. Of course, if I'd have been watching this, I would have loved to get 158.60s, like this support that it did right here around 158.60s, then hold in the 50s. But I'm looking for a little bit of a dip right now, get a quick fill, and then let it get back above VWAP.
So
or
two of the trades, yeah, dude, me and you both. I struggle with that. VWAP, WAP, whatever. Two of the trades that we called out just recently, one of them has worked out, so I'm getting out of it. That was mRNA, grabbed it at $400.30.
Nice.
The stop loss was $1 below. Now it's at 403, so I just got out of that. I'm into the docu. I got filled at $310.50. Again, my stop loss will be the break of 309.50. I will sell that at 313. I was 50 cents away from my profit taking. It did not trigger, so I am still in the trade.
Most search tickers on Benzinga Pro today, for those of you wondering, ticker ANY, which we mentioned, is your number one search ticker of the day, followed by Mitch's favorite, APOOP.
APOOP.
Followed by BBIG, followed by FBRX. Those are your top 4 most search tickers today, followed by Apple. So there's your top 5. Any, APOOP, BBIG, FBRX, Apple.
About to get my fill in ABNB. Let's do
What
it.
are you looking at on your AB?
Boom! Got it. Got in there at 158.75. I'm going to look for a move back above 160s to show me confirmation that we got a good level. Now, for downside, this would be about 157. So I'm risking about $1.75. I'm really not going to take profits until we get towards the next resistance. For me, the next resistance is 170. And then from there, you can get towards 180, 82, 185s. I think this can really get ramping. The daily chart has good support at 157. That's what I'm really looking for. Now we just got to get through that resistance. There's a trend line. If you draw it from the top, literally from the top, and just draw down, you'll see that it runs right into it. Ran into it on the 25th of August also. Now we just need to get above that and get a close above 160 to show me that we're bullish. And I can't even sell this today, guys, if I wanted to. So literally, I had to feel
Hold
bullish.
until Tuesday.
Swinging. I'm a swinger.
I don't know. I don't know if holding for 3 days qualifies as a swing. Maybe it does.
Somebody cut his mic. Somebody cut his mic. Somebody cut his mic.
No, we're not talking fat fingers today.
Oh man, and I'm looking around, guys. I really don't see a whole lot here.
No,
morning.
it's really quiet.
It is. It really is. It's
Someone said that in the chat. The big boys are at the Hamptons, baby.
It's really quiet. I've been silent for a lot of today because I've just been scrounging. But it's
big boys are stuck in the hotel, aka me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, someone's asking if I sold some of my Genie. I did sell earlier. I mean, I'm still holding 2/3 of the position. I'd like to ask Happy in the chat. I mean, Happy's our moderator, always here. Happy, did you sell at the 2150? I know he's been holding that one for a while too. He has Genie an even better price than me. That's what it's all about. I mean, I think Happy literally listened to my talk about Genie, and when it went underneath my red, he was like, "All right, I'll take it now."
We've got happy in the chat. I'm finally happy, and I'm not the bitter, grumpy grandpa that's 90
nailed
years
it.
old. DocuSign 313 got out 3/4 of my position. The less I'm letting it ride, and let's see what happens. But I'm no longer grumpy. Nobody send me a Snickers. I'm good.
Look at that push on
Nobody
up.
send me a Snickers.
Nice push, man.
I haven't really done anything new, but I am. I mean, we did miss that. We did miss that docu trade, but I've been kind of managing just some of the swings that I have that we've been talking about. Tenable. This one's actually decent today. We kind of pushed up a little bit more today. Looking really here to snap 47 and trade towards 50. I have the October 50 calls. We're up on that one, and then I'm still kind of watching this ATVI short. I still feel like we're going to break down and then challenge this low here, possibly go to 75-ish. So both these swings are working today, just kind of managing them. Otherwise, no new trades yet. Really missed that docu trade. That was just sharp calls in it. I don't care if you're in a hotel or whatever. You spotted that thing. I just did get filled. It was my execution.
Thank you. Me and you both. It's all right. It's all right.
It happens though. You know what?
Always another trade. Always
exactly. And see, here's the thing, Zunaid. I mean, in this particular case, you know, if you look at it, maybe you could make the argument, well, you should have just paid more than 660, which is where my order didn't get filled at. But that's not part of my strategy. My strategy is when I put my order out there, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I move on. I look for the next trade, as you were just talking about. It sucks because on a day like this, when you see this thing going up, it's 16 now. We're up 10 points over where we bought it. But I'm more happy that I took a disciplined approach than letting, you know, being a little bit loose with my rules. That's how you end up getting hurt.
All right, we got Yehuda in the chat. It says he's a brand new trader. Welcome, Yehuda. I want to mention that the platform you see up on the screen is called Benzinga Pro. You can get a free 2-week trial. It's our news and research
flagship products.
Yeah, it's our flagship product, our news and research platform. I'll put the link up on the screen. pro.benzinga.com. Free 2-week trial. If you want to talk to someone about it, email us. I'll put that email on the screen as well. Where's my email? I gotta type it in again. No, there it is. Onboarding@benzinga.com. Okay. You want to email someone, talk about Benzinga Pro, set up a time to go through a demo. There it is. Onboarding@benzinga.com. To learn more about what you see on the screen right now, how it can help you, if it's for you, if it's not, either way, there you go.
Yep. And a little sneak peek. Hope Jason doesn't kill me for mentioning this, but later today we will be launching a sale on Benzinga Pro stuff. That'll give you 35% off. We just got the graphics back from Enver. Enver, if you're watching, shout out to you. So you'll get 35% off. So just follow our social channels. You should see that code for Labor Day weekend.
Whoa, Labor Day sale.
So
are we going to do a September to remember, or is it December to remember?
I think it's December.
Are you talking about ripping off the car commercials with the cars? And I think that's the December to remember.
I think it's December
for Lexus.
It's December to remember.
There you go.
We have to do a December.
Spencer, that just makes me so mad that the marketing works and that I remember that.
We have to do a December to remember.
Man, why?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I've never bought a car in December before, so
But he just promoted Lexus for free to 600 people. He just did. Not you, Ryan did.
But if you asked me to tell you what brand that's for, I couldn't tell you.
But Ryan did. Ryan just did.
Oh, all right.
Ryan said Lexus. And I just said it again. So there's that. Lexus, pay us. Direct deposit.
Hey, guys, it's 10:27. In a couple of minutes, we're going to have our weekly biotech segment, okay, with Vivi. Her handle is @biotech_SD. She'll be on with us from 10:30 to 11 talking biotech stocks that are on her radar. The best paper trading platforms.
I got one for you.
We all probably have one, so go ahead.
Yeah, well, I have a couple for you. I mean, really, it all depends on how real time you want your paper trading to be. So if you really want your paper trading to be at the top end, and I don't recommend this because it's really expensive, but that's up to you. If you really want to see how it works, that's the DOS trading platform. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. You'll be able to do paper trading, but it's expensive. I think it's like $100 to $150 a month. But you're getting full access to a real day trading.
Everyone knows that's DAS is what it's
DAS.
DAS, DOS Trader. Okay. I was gonna say, generally speaking, if you're just starting out, you'll have good success with the big brand names that you may have already heard of, right? Think TD Ameritrade, think Charles Schwab, think Fidelity, think Interactive Brokers, think E-Trade. Those are like the big five. If you're just starting out, I would stick with one of those and then see where that gets you. That's my general advice.
I would agree. And when I started, my first account ever was with Scottrade. I tried E-Trade. I settled on TD Ameritrade. Thinkorswim was really the reason I went there in the first place. I thought their paper trading platform was spectacular. It's really good with options too. So, I mean, a lot of it comes down to your personal preference and your being comfortable with your platform. That's going to be really most important.
Actually, I have an even better idea. Okay. Who asked that question? All right. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. Rather than
we have an article for it, don't we?
I'm putting it in there. Okay. We have answered this question before. It's on, there's the link, benzinga.com/money/online stock trading. Okay. It's in the chat right there. And we've done the research on this. So there you go.
Yeah, my biggest thing with a lot of the platforms that you're going to see is there's going to be a lot of lag, and you can also get filled not based off the market depth. So that's why I like DAS. But it's all about if you're really trying to be, I think, a day trader versus, let's say, swing trading or investing. If you're trying to do swing trading or investing, I would just stick to one of the cheapest options because it's not going to matter your order execution per the penny. But if you are trying to do day trading, let's say with big money, definitely I recommend getting as real time as possible.
All right, it's 10:30, guys. Final thoughts. Let's go around the room.
You know what? My head's already in the weekend, man. I'm
yeah, mine too. To be honest,
popping open a bottle of wine.
Expensive for real.
That's where I'm at right now. As far as the market goes, I really want to see SPY just kind of hang in here. I don't necessarily want this flush that we think we're going to get or that we should get to happen on a Friday in the middle of the summer. I'd rather this happen some other time. So I'm just looking to have kind of a easy day, just kind of coast into the weekend here.
Is your name?
It's pretty boring, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I hope you learned a lesson from my mistake in terms of Docu. I should have gotten in, but I'm not comfortable with where I'm at and things like that. So I took a much, much smaller size thereafter, and I profited from DocuSign there and mRNA later on. So keep your composure, keep your mental in the game. And if you guys want to watch some esports stuff, I'll be live tomorrow at, I think it's 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll drop the link in the chat. But you guys, study those charts over the weekend, have fun with your family, and try not to yell anything stupid.
Mitch, what about you?
All right, I got a couple swing trades on. I got Discovery, and I also got Airbnb now. I'm going to watch to see if Airbnb can really make a run. It looks like it's holding my levels well. I want to see it close above 160 for the day, but I'm going to continue to watch the solar industry. That's my industry to watch. I've been talking about it all week. It did really decent this week. I'm going to pay attention to see if we get that continued run going into next week. And like always, guys, stick with us right here. Next week, I will be from the office in Detroit.
I can't wait.
Stick around, guys. It's going to be live. I'm going to be
sitting at my desk. Sitting at my desk because I'll be on.
Sitting at Spencer's desk, taking over, but at the same time, I can't wait because I'm going to have Luke. I'm going to have some energy drinks. Oh, just get ready. Things are going to get live.
All right. Mitch, have a great weekend. Zunaid, Ryan, have a great weekend. We'll catch you guys later. Mitch will see you on SPAC Stack in a half hour. Let's talk biotech, okay? Not from me. You don't want to hear it from me. You want to hear it from someone who actually knows what she's talking about. And let's bring her on right now. Vivi, how are we doing today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We are doing great. Some of us, our heads are already in the weekend mode a little bit.
I know.
Let's try to stay focused for just a little bit longer.
Make weekend.
Make any trades this week?
You know what? I'm heavily on XELA, Zela. So DocSign competition, they're like higher that. but I feel like there've been an accumulation lately, you know, for a few days. So my target, it's like $4 to $5. So
Okay.
I am swinging that one.
Okay.
So it's you know, one of those, every single day is the same dancing song until, you know, they're just accumulating right now. I saw like huge bids. So that's my really big swing that I am holding right now. So I haven't, I mean, I traded a little Annie yesterday and ANY. Everybody, like everybody else did. And then, yeah, but I haven't, like, you know, I day trade once in a while. Last Friday, what did I trade? Neuro, NURO. That was a good one last Friday. So that was a really good Friday for a lot of us last Friday.
Did you catch the SAVA, the Cassava Sciences?
Oh my God, yeah. It's there's so many mixed feelings about that one. You know, I really don't know what's going on here. It was a falling knife, and it's a little bit better right now. Has it stabilized? Because it was, you know, it went out from one. How much was that before? Spencer, it was like 100 something bucks.
Was it like what was it, 100, 140?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a mess. There's like there's a firm calling out to the trials to be, you know.
Oh well, did you see this, that they responded today? But I didn't get a chance to listen to this 20-minute video audio file from the CEO, which I thought was weird. It did go higher. The stocks did spike on the release of the CEO defending the company, but we've leaked since then, so I don't really know. Like I said, I didn't listen to it. I was wondering if you.
I think that really, so I think this is a really lesson for all of us. It can happen to any of us, right? I mean, I was seeing there's some people lost like $700,000 because they were all in on SAVA. So I was I love going to Yahoo boards and checking people's comments, and people were like, I'm down at 700,000. So I think the moral of the story here is it can happen with all of us, and that's why I was telling you that the reason I'm heavily invested in BCRX before, you know, we have a full value of, you know, that $30 a share just based on, you know, that one product that's going to be a 500 million product, 500 million sales. That's the projection. Because, I mean, let's assume we are in BCRX at $80 a shares and we just buy, and all of a sudden somebody's calling out the trial, or somebody it's saying that, you know, or the phase 3 fails. It can happen to any of us, you know. So biotech, it's is a risky business for sure. And that's why I don't like to rely on data when I invest, because the data can either be manipulated or can be challenged. Like in this case, they're challenging the data. They're saying that the data is not what it is. But you know, that's why I feel like I'm parking my money on BCRX is very safe now, because at a $15, you know, $15, $16 a share, we don't have the full value of the Factor D pipeline. So, you know, if you start accumulating at $30 a share and then we have, good, you know, bad data, we can lose half of the value, you know, just in literally one data readout. So I also want
to. So what do you like to rely on, if not the data?
So I like to rely on. That's why I told you, like, you know, obviously I told you guys I have 20,000 shares of a BCRX. I wish I bought those 20,000 shares at $4.50, but it was before PDUFA and it was too risky. You know, for me, is they get the risk once it's approved and once they can, you know, they can produce sales. And what I think we found the unicorn in BCRX is, you know, the first launch in sales, we got $10 million in sales. And then the following quarter, we got $28 million. So the guidance is amazing. The management is amazing. We just keep getting good news after good news. So it's the risk, right? Because, I mean, you can have remember that case I told you guys, the Evil Fan, EFVM. Do you want to check that one out?
Evil Fam?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is like a disaster of a company, because, you know, what happened here is they have an approved drug. Approved product is a gel that is a non-hormonal gel to prevent pregnancy. The concept, it seems to be really good, especially if people don't want to put their kids, on estrogen or progesterone.
Okay.
But here's the problem: they were pulling $2 million in sales, and their marketing was like $50 million, a quarter. So they are spending, they're throwing commercials left and right, like there are like Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and AstraZeneca, So another reason you don't see BCRX promoting their products on TV and commercials. So it's a rare disease. So rare disease is going to be $60,000 a drug, right? That's why you want to invest in rare disease, because when you're doing when you're doing a gel, you're not producing that much of revenues, right? Because you need a lot of patients to get to that revenue. So that's one of the reasons I love doing oncology or rare diseases, because unfortunately, that's where the money is in regards to cost. So I wanted to point it out. Remember the fiasco of ARDX?
Yeah.
That was literally like, I'm still trying to lick my wounds. I haven't been able to average down because it's on my IRA. Like I don't put money in there. So I can't just like transfer money and average down. But we just published a study today. There was a PR. If you check on Benzinga Pro, talking about the clinically meaningful reduction in levels. So it's a phase 3, just to could reassure. So that's giving people a lot of hope, because it's just reinforcing. That study is reinforcing the other study. So hopefully when they have the type A meeting, they can tell the FDA, like, look, we just post long-term data, proving that this drug is going to help address those patients' concerns and the phosphate levels. So I hope the FDA, maybe, I don't think they're going to admit it to being wrong and be like, woohoo, let's approve it. But I think they might be like, why don't we just go do a short study, instead of it being a year study, maybe they do a 6-month study just on top of these 2 studies. So I'm still very, very hopeful here. I haven't sold. I feel like I needed to see what's going on with the type A meeting. But that was like 90% institutional ownership. But here is a problem for me. You learn from your mistakes, right? This company is one and done. It's a hero or a zero. And now I'm being a lot more cautious and invest in companies that don't have a robust pipeline, because they can recover. If they have a robust pipeline, they can recover on the next catalyst. Don't you agree? Like, they might not have FDA approval today, but they have a phase 3 data coming out in 6 months for a different product. So you have a way to recover. But when you have, ITRM, that was another one and done, an antibiotic company that got a CRL as well. So it's got a CRL. So that's another problem, because when you get a complete response letter in a company that only has one product, you don't have a way to bounce back until those studies are done. So I think, as a trader or as an investor, you continue to learn from your mistakes. And now, the advantage of having a hero zero is because you get a buyout, right? There's a potential for buyout. So if you put it in AUPH, it's one and done. It's one drug, but it's an amazing. It's for nephritis, for lupus. So they're doing really well. And there's a huge talk that they're going to get a buyout. If you can pull it up, Spencer, AUPH.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's talks and buyouts, but that's a perfect example of a hero zero type of company, but they're doing well. So if you have a really, ARDX had an amazing product with the different mechanism of action. So little disappointing there. But when you're talking about data, so if you can put it up, the CKPT for me on the screen, because so this is, when I talked to you guys about it, it was 280. And I told you guys that most of the toots accumulated at a 290 area. So at a 280 was a really good average there. So they have a phase 3 data readout. And when you dose the last patient, you count 6 months. So we're expecting that the data is going to come out in December. And what makes me very, very bullish here is that they have the potential to have the best class and PD-1 inhibitor because it's along of a market cap of 220 million. Merck is its rival, Keytruda, and Keytruda is a $15 billion drug. So if we can take a chunk of the market, so if you go to the corporate presentation and you look at the preliminary data on phase 1, we had a better ORR, which is overall response rate, than Keytruda. So this can become a major player, in terms of a PD-1 inhibitor. And Keytruda has so many other indications. So this one is going to be for squamous cell, I think carcinoma. So I am, for example, I will hold 20%. I'm going to sell 80% before the data readout, because even though there's a big chance that phase 3 data is going to be as good as phase 1, I can't put that much money in and risk it. But, there's a big potential for buy out this company with the Pfizer just buying Trillium at $18 a share. Can you imagine Pfizer buying a competitor for Merck on Keytruda? Because Merck is pretty much have been taken over the market. So I'm really excited about this company. If you guys go to the financial, the corporate presentation, I think you guys are going to be really pleased with the preliminary data results.
And isn't Keytruda, that's the top selling drug in the world, isn't it?
Yes, $15 billion. Yeah. So for that one indication, we're looking at a better efficacy than Keytruda. So there's a huge potential that this company is going to be a multi-bagger, So, but it's risky to carry through data, so it can be, like I said, look what happened to, did you see the company that just reported phase 3 data, and it went down like 80%, I think yesterday. What is the name of the company? PRVB? No, I don't know if it's PRVB. Maybe somebody on the chat can tell me the name of the company, but it's PRVB? No, I don't think it's PRVB. But it was like the data, no, it's not this one. But the data went down. This one got a CRL. That's why it went from $20 to $60.
Okay, so wait, do you know when we're going to get data on Checkpoint?
Yeah, so they say Q4. My calculation is, though, they are finishing dosing the last patient in August. So I think more like in December. But just to be safe, we still have a whole month of September to gain some traction here on a run-up. And also, I wanted to tell you guys, I was able to look at ATRS because somebody was asking me my opinion on that company, right? So here it's some of if you guys give me a ticker, this is some of the stuff I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at the company presentation. That's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. Then I'm going to look at market cap. I'm going to look at institutional ownership. I'm going to look at the float and outstanding shares. I'm going to look to much cash they have left. I'm going to look at a pipeline. I'm going to look at a catalyst. And I'm going to look at SEC files for the quarter report. So when looking at this company here, they have a big potential because they are a generic company. So they have the EpiPen. Another version of EpiPen. They increased revenues by 39%, and they're waiting for approval of Forteo, generic Forteo, which used to be owned by Eli Lilly. But here's my concern. My concern is they continue to, so Morgan Stanley just added 1.6 million shares this month. Looking at a fair value, I feel like the fair value of this company, looking at EPS, it's a $5 a share. So at $3.95, I think that's a very reasonable amount. My main concern here is dilution. They continue to issue shares. I don't like when companies do that all the time. So they have 166 million shares outstanding. And they continue to dilute that to raise money, even though they already have a capital. They're bringing in, so they're expecting 175 million. But when I look at the SEC files, I look at their expense went up like 10 million. So they have to contain cost, right? So that would be, would I buy it here? I probably wouldn't. I probably would have paid a little bit more when they can control their expenses. But there's a potential here for sure. So and that's
so it sounds like you're saying hands off for now.
I would. I mean, unless you want to put a stop loss, you do it, buy it at $3.95, put a stop loss. Fair value right now is at $5 a share. So we still have $1 a share for this company, but they have to contain their spending. They're burning cash like crazy, but they are making money, which is good, and they have a lot of partnerships with Pfizer, with all the companies. So this company looks really interesting. But I wanted to give you guys let you guys know why I look for in a company and the checklist. So it took me a while to go and find, look at the company and read everything. So that's why I'm giving you guys one ticker today in terms of what you guys asked me. But I'll continue to go through those tickers as we move on to my next show.
Can we do some tickers from the chat here today?
Absolutely, yes.
All right. Let me. I know there is a few guys. We're not going to be able to get to all of them. I'm going to scroll up here. Let's see if we can get to a couple from early on. Let's start with. Hold on. I'm going to see. Let's start with Novavax. Do you have any thoughts on Novavax? NVAX.
Okay. Novavax. I had a Novavax at $1.40, you guys.
Oh.
So yeah, that was before the reverse split. But even with the reverse split, it would still be like $15 a share. So I'm really bitter about this company, but I like them. I don't know what's going on lately. Jesus, for $246 a share, they better have the miracle vaccine, right? So I don't know if it's overvalued. I don't even look because I had like 4,000 shares and they had a bad study and I sold. They had one of those phase 3 that didn't go through. Like 2 or 3 years ago, just to look at the share price, it makes me upset. But I would have checked what's going on. But I know they were on a vaccine. They do the flu vaccine, I think COVID. So they're on a vaccine now with the COVID. Probably that's what they are looking at right now.
Okay. Aaron Bryan wants. No, I'm sorry. Sport Duh wants your thoughts on ENVB. Do you know that one?
Yeah, MVP is doing really well lately.
And Inveric Biosciences.
Yeah, I'll check. I think I have a really good friend that told me to get in this one. I'll take a look and I'll give you guys my opinion next Friday.
Okay.
But a lot of people have been hitting my Twitter with that.
All right. Are you still watching ORF, or are we over ORF?
Well, I like Wharf because of the float. It's, obviously I sold, but they have a Q4 catalyst for approval in UE. So it's definitely on my watch list.
Okay.
Remember we got to $77 with that one with the no news. It's nuts.
Right. Okay. MREO, Muriel Biopharma.
I like that company.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it. I used to own that stock. I think they have a bright future. But I have to diversify too. I can't own 20 biotech companies.
Yeah,
so there's gonna be companies that I like, but I'm not investing because unless I had like $40 million, I don't know, but I still would not put $40 million in our biotech.
It's a great point. We all only have so much money, so much capital. You got to pick your battles, guys, right? You can't invest in everything. You can't buy everything. You got to pick your battles. All right, let's keep going here. A couple minutes left. Let's look at AXSM. Not one I know.
Oh, so we're not waiting for the FDA approval. I talked to you guys. I think can you check on the Benzinga Pro, the FDA? When is the FDA for this company?
Yes.
They lost on my.
We have, going back in my news feed here. Oh, he said the FDA did not request additional information. Okay. Let's check in my press.
Calendar.
Check in my calendar. That's a better idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Details. calendar. No, I have to go to Benzinga.com. Hold on 1 second. I will go to.
Okay, so yeah, I know the PDUFA date is coming. They wanted to interview me. I told you guys about this company. Not really interested in selling the 20th antidepressant in the market. So I don't like to invest in companies that have too many Me Too drugs. But this one, they do have a drug for Parkinson's disease. And I think that looks interesting in the future, but not for this approval. But it was $40 a share. And there was a lot of talk on a complete response letter, a lot of buzz around that. When I saw the price, I thought they got a complete response letter. And I don't think they have got one yet.
Okay, we have supposed to have something out. No, I don't actually see anything in the calendar. We got something last week, but that's what we already got that. I don't actually see. Oh wait, we have an estimated date. Oh no, that's Q4 of next year. We don't. All right,
No,
way out for the phase 3. Q4 of next year. That's not.
No, they had a PDUFA. They were launching. They were like interviewing people. So I know that it's coming. Or you don't see any news saying that it was denied, right? So I think people are just waiting on the approval.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't the PDUFA that wasn't last week?
Yeah, that's what I thought. So there's just delayed on the approval.
I don't know. Let me check in the press release real fast.
Yeah, just check to see if there's anything there.
All right. Go on my news feed, bring up my pro so you can see what I'm doing. Press releases. We'll go last week because that's when it came out. New drug application. Here we go. PDUFA, August 22nd. That's what they said.
Okay.
No. Will not be completed. So do we have a new date? No, we don't.
So they're just delaying?
We do not have a new date.
Wow. So they didn't deny it, but they delayed.
They delayed it.
They're so busy with the whole, approving Pfizer and the whole COVID situation that's happening a lot. I particularly think that's going to be a battle. I don't see any innovative product when it comes to antidepressants. There's like 20 antidepressants out in the market. But I like what they have in the pipeline for future. But I wouldn't invest in
Couple more. Quick. Sens. Are we still on Sens?
Yes, I'm still holding Sens. I told you guys the 180-day device. It's the approval date. I think is in October.
Yep.
Yeah. So there is already approved in Europe, and right now kids can have it for 90 days on their skin to monitor the blood sugars. Parents monitor the blood sugars from their phones, and now they're gonna approve the 180 days. Obviously, I'm holding a small position. I wouldn't be holding through PDUFA. I'm suffering from PTSD after SCSN and the ARDX. So but I'm holding this one. I feel like it's a device, so less risky in regards to data, So yeah, I'm still holding Sands.
All right, couple more. We'll do. Tony's asking about NSPR Inspire.
Okay. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, this was. I still believe in the company. I took a loss there because when the CEO said that's going to take 3 years to have an approval, and somebody had told me that when it's a device, it usually takes a year and a half. And on his corporate call, he said, "Oh yeah, when we have an FDA approved in 3 years." So this is definitely a company that you just have to be in the sidelines and watch. I am not going back in until it's closer to an FDA approval.
Okay.
So the company has huge potential, but unfortunately, it's going to be lingering around this area because there's not major catalyst until that device is approved.
We'll do one more. Let's make it PLXP. You know it?
No, I do not know that one. PLXP.
All right. Well,
Based on a price, seems to be a solid company. It's not like a penny. So yeah, I'll take a look for next week.
All right, let's do one more that she knows. We'll do GRTS. You know that one? Gridstone Bio.
Let me see. Yes, this company has huge potential. They have because they have a COVID vaccine that has been able to be against all the variants in terms of the efficacy on all the variants, and the reason I am very bullish here, and I want to eventually add it on the market when the market is down, is I have some really strong investors. It's on my. It's so funny. Is on my to-do list, because before I buy, I wanted to dive deeper.
Yeah.
And I trust the people in BCRX, and a lot of the BCRX investors, where they have done excellent DD on BCRX, are buying here. And they say that there's a huge potential for candidates as well for a buyout. Okay. So I like that company a lot. So I'm just waiting for a red day to add it, which is going to happen. You know how it is. They go up and down. So I'm not adding today when it's green, but I'm gonna. This is on my to-do list.
All right, there's Vivi's Twitter handle on the screen at biotech_SD. Follow her for more picks and thoughts. Vivi, I'm out next week, so I won't see you. But I'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a good. Who's
gonna see me? Who's gonna be my?
I'll figure it out. I think I'm probably Rohan will be back covering. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Cool. But, it's nice to have you back, Spencer.
All right. I'll see you in 2 weeks if you have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Got to wrap it up here. SPAX Hacks going live right now. If you haven't already, drop me a like. We're at how many? We're at 279 likes. Get me to 350, please. I don't think it's too much to ask for. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thanks to Vivi for joining us today. Thanks to all of you for hanging out in the chat. As always, we do this every week. We do live trading Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9:15 to 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Our next show is coming up right now. SPAX Tack with Mitch Hoch and Chris Catchy talking all things SPAX. This stream will end. It should redirect you to those guys. And we got Power Hour. We got Get Technical. We got Moon or Bust. We got our trivia show, Zinger Stock Trivia, on at 3 o'clock. And myself and Joel will be back at 3:30 for the At the Close show. Money Mitch at 4. And Brad Weber going through options and setups on the chart at 5 o'clock today. That's a wrap for me. Smash the like. Disclaimer. See you guys later.